Okay, so you know what is the meaning of the word mammals? Mammals, actually the word originated from the word mammal. Mammal means breast or milk producing gland. That is the meaning of the word mammal. So here you can find the basic features of mammals. One is that it is considered as homeothermic. Homeo means, what is the meaning of the word homeo? Homeo means same. Homeo means same, and thermic means temperature. That means mammals have same temperature all the time. That is the meaning of the word homeothermic. All mammals are capable of maintaining same body temperature always. That is the meaning of the word. Or we can also say that mammals have a constant body temperature. What is the body temperature of human beings? Which one? 38? Okay. Or we say 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. That is how we are normally expressing our body temperature. So all the time you are going to Antarctica, you are going to Arctic region, or you are going to Rajasthan desert, still our body temperature will be this 98.4 degree or around 37 point something, 37 degree centigrade. That will be our body temperature. That will remain constant because our body has a mechanism to cool the body if the temperature is more, or warm up the body if the temperature is less. If you are going to UK, the temperature may be around 10 degree centigrade or 15 degree centigrade, sometimes 5 degree centigrade. Still your body will be keeping a temperature of 37 degree centigrade or 98.4 degree centigrade. Because our body has a built-in mechanism by which it is always keeping the body temperature same. So that ability of mammals is one of the important reasons for its widespread distribution. You can see mammals in all places. If you go to Antarctica, you can see mammals. You go to Arctic area, you can see mammals. You go to Sahara, you can see mammals. But that is not the case with the reptiles. You go to Antarctica, you cannot see so much reptile. Because reptile cannot survive in a low temperature. So one important reason for the widespread presence or for the success of mammals as a group of animals is because of this ability. They are capable of maintaining a constant temperature. That means they are capable of surviving in any environmental situation. But if you take a snake and you take it to an Antarctica or any other such a colder place, the snake becomes inactive. What is the problem with the snake? Its body temperature depends on the temperature of the environment. The environmental temperature is low, its body temperature will also be low. So that is a problem with the reptiles and many other lower animals also. But in case of mammals, their body works at the same speed, at the same level of activities throughout the day. That is one important advantage. Wherever they are, they can maintain a constant body temperature. That means their daily activities will remain somewhat same. So that is why that is the advantage of being homeothermic. So mammals are homeothermic. Then another important feature is that hairs are present. We take our own body, we have hairs. You take any mammal, but some you go to aquatic mammal, you see your blue whale or you see dolphin. They do not have so much body hair. Why the body hairs are not present in such mammals? Because they are living in a seawater. Those animals which are mammals which are living in seawater have lost their body hair, but their ancestors do have body hair. So presence of body hair is an important feature. What is the purpose of body hair in animals or in mammals? They are mainly used to keep the temperature of the body, to control the body temperature. That is the primary purpose of body hair. So in these animals which are living in colder areas like polar bear, you might have heard about polar bear. They have a lot of body hair. Whereas some animals which are the other animals do not have that much of body hair. So body hair is actually a mechanism by which the animals are actually protecting its body from extreme cold. Then another feature of mammals is that sweat glands as well as sebaceous glands are normally present. You might have heard about sweat gland. What is the purpose of sweat gland? What is the purpose of sweat gland? Temperature? Temperature maintenance, so temperature regulation. Because when we are, if you are under sun, your body will be sweating a lot. That means your body will be losing a lot of water. When water is evaporating from the surface of your skin, that will give you a cooling effect. So you are now sitting under a fan, and when fan is working, the lot of water will be evaporating from your body. So under a fan, this rate of evaporation will be more, and each time a little water is getting evaporated from your body, that will give you a cooling effect. So evaporation is a cooling process. So that is why you are getting cooled when you are sitting under a fan, because that is taking away a lot of body heat from your body. So primary purpose of the glands is actually cooling the body or maintaining the temperature of your body. Then another is sebaceous gland. You know that compared with the skin of a reptile, our skin is always soft and smooth. This softness and smoothness of the skin is actually given by certain glands known by the name sebaceous gland. They are producing an oily, fatty liquid. This oily, fatty liquid will be present on the surface of it. Even if you are not applying any oil on your body, still after some time you know that you can see that a lot of oil will be coming on the surface of your skin. This is because sebaceous gland in your body is producing this oil, and that oil is making your skin soft and smooth. So that is the purpose of another type of gland. So sweat gland and sebaceous gland. You take a reptile, you cannot see sweat glands or sebaceous gland. You take a bird, you cannot see these two glands. You take an amphibian, you cannot see these two glands. So sweat glands and sebaceous glands are only present in mammals. They are exclusive to mammals. Then another most important character is the presence of mammary gland. So main function of the mammary gland is producing the milk. So because mammals have a capacity of producing milk as a nourishment, as a food for their young ones. So because the young ones of mammals is getting their essential nutrients from the mother's milk or from the breast milk. And for producing that, mammals have a gland known by the name mammary gland. It is actually a modified sweat gland. So one of the sweat gland has become modified into a mammary gland. So producing the milk. So that is another advantage also, because mammals, the young ones of mammals needs a lot of parental care. So during that time, the parents can easily give them food, and because of this mother's milk, for example, this human being up to 6 months, the child may not require any other type of food. Only breast milk is sufficient. That milk is giving the child all the essential nutrients and other requirements for its growth. So that is the case with most of the other type of mammals also. So presence of mammary gland is a distinguishing feature. Only in the case of mammals you are finding mammary gland. Then another feature is the presence of diaphragm. Here if you look at this, here this is a picture showing the thoracic cavity. This is a thoracic cavity where you can see the lungs, heart and etc. Whereas below the thoracic cavity there is abdominal cavity. Now between these two cavities there is a very thick piece of muscle. That muscle is known by the name diaphragm. It's a very hard, thicker muscle, and that it is actually a shape of a dome. And that dome shaped muscle is normally called by the name diaphragm. So presence of diaphragm is also a speciality of mammal. Diaphragm is separating your thoracic cavity, that is the upper chest cavity, and the lower abdominal cavity. So there is a clear-cut separation in the case of mammal between thoracic cavity as well as the abdominal cavity. That is also a distinguishing feature of the mammals. Then what we are seeing in the case of mammals is that they have 3 middle ear bones. So for example, if you take our ear, we can see that external ear, middle ear and inner ear. Now inner ear usually having 3 bones. You know that what is the name of these 3 bones? It's already shown there. What is the name of these 3 ear these bones? What is the name of you have studied in your plus 2 classes? What is it? There are 3 bones. Ear ossicles. Okay. There is stapes, malleus and incus. stapes, malleus and incus. They are very small bone. Actually here you can see these are the auditory bones or ear ossicles. Here stapes, malleus and incus. These are these three bones. These three bones are also present in mammals. They are not present in reptiles, birds or other type of lower animals. So presence of these ear ossicles or in the middle ear bones is an important feature of mammals. Then a neocortex which specializes in seeing and hearing. Because if you are taking our brain, the brain has a region called a neocortex. Neocortex means the outer regions of the brain are known by the name cortex. This is the skull of the brain. Now if you take the outer region of the brain, we call it by the name neocortex. And mainly our intelligence, our thinking process, all going on our upper or superficial surface of the brain. And that region is known by the name neocortex, and neocortex is primarily responsible for our reasoning, thinking, logical processing, and all these are under the control of this. So mammals compared with the reptiles and compared with the fishes or compared with the amphibians, they have a higher intelligence. And this higher intelligence is because of the more highly developed part of the brain called neocortex. So neocortex is an important part of the mammals, and this part of the mammal is actually helping the mammal to be more intelligent, and higher the intelligence, better the survival chance. Because of higher intelligence, mammals are able to capture more prey easily. And that is not the case with the lower amphibian. They do not have a lot of thinking capacity. Fishes do not have a lot of thinking capacity. But mammals have a higher thinking capacity. That higher thinking capacity is because of this part of the brain called neocortex. So neocortex is helping mammals to think more, to take more logical steps. So that is one reason for the success of mammals. Mammals are able to survive in different environmental conditions because of they have a well-developed brain, and this well-developed brain is having a highly developed region known by the name neocortex. Then these are the main characteristics. Now we have few more characteristics. Now coming to the next characteristics of mammal is that they have a dentition. Their teeth is different. There are 3 or 4 words are there. Heterodon. What is the meaning of the word hetero? Hetero means different, and don't means teeth. Mammals have different type of teeth. Here if you look at that, this type, this is known as the molar teeth. This is the premolar teeth. This is the what is called the canine teeth. These are the incisor teeth. So normally if you take a mammal, they are exhibiting or they are showing 4 different type of teeth. They are molar, premolar, canines and incus. Canines and incisor. These are the 4 different type of teeth. So presence of different type of teeth is a characteristic feature. Second point is that it is mentioned that it is thecodon. It is known as a thecodon. Here you can see that each of the teeth is placed in a hole or in a socket, just like the plug socket of a plug. There is a hole. It is in this hole the teeth is actually fixed. So because the teeth is fixed in a socket, we call it a thecodon. Theco means socket. So teeth is placed or fixed in a socket or a hole known by the name thecodon. Then what is the next point? That is diphyodon. Di you may be knowing. Di means 2. Phyo means set. So there are 2 sets of teeth. So in case of mammals, we have what are our 2 sets of teeth? What is the first type of teeth we have? When a child is born, after 7 months, the child will be developing some kind of teeth. What is the name of that teeth? Milk teeth. So milk teeth is the first set of teeth. It will be developed at the age of 7th month in human beings, and for up to the age of 7 years, 7 to 7 years, this milk teeth will be present. After an age of 7 years, normally milk teeth will be replaced by second type of teeth, which we call as permanent teeth. So there are 2 sets of dentition, 2 types of teeth are there, and that is known by the name diphyodon dentition. Mammals have 2 sets of dentition. The first set is the milk teeth. The maximum number of milk teeth is 20. whereas maximum number of permanent teeth is 32. Nowadays we don't have, all the people want to have 32. Maybe as the evolution process, we may be getting or only have 28 teeth. So many people do not have a complete 32 teeth in there, but some people do have. Then another feature is that two occipital condyles are present. Here you can see these are the occipital condyle. Here, see, this is the occipital. See, this is one piece, this is another piece. So here you can find at the lower end of the skull there is a hole. It is this hole, the spinal cord is entering into your skull, and on either side of the skull you can find two structures, and actually our brain is supported like this on two small portions. These are the supporting region. This is one support, this is another support. In no other place the brain is supported, and that is why we cannot rotate the brain beyond rotate your head beyond a limit. If you are rotating too much, you will be having a strain on your neck. So the problem is that it is fixed at 2 points. But if there is only one fix, we will be able to rotate at 360 degrees. That is not possible because it is fixed at 2 points. So that structure which is helping our brain to get fixed or brain to rotate partially is known by the name occipital condyle. Occipital condyle is present on the lower end of the lower surface of your skull. So this is another characteristic feature of the mammal. Then another characteristics here is the lower jaw with a single bone. Here if you look, this blue color portion is known as a lower jaw. Whereas upper jaw is not formed of single bone. It is actually formed of number of, see, this is the upper jaw. Here there is one piece, there is another piece, here there is another piece. Upper jaw is actually fused or united by 3-4 bones. But in the case of lower jaw, it is formed of only one jaw, one bone. The reason is that it is to give you mammal more biting capacity. Because when biting, if it is formed of 3-4 bones, it may break or it may split at that region. To prevent that splitting while biting something, mammals have a structure called single bone structure called dentary, which is a structure formed of a single bone in the lower jaw. So the lower jaw will be having a very strong, very powerful single bone. That bone is known by the dentary. So dentary is a structure that we are seeing in these mammals. So regarding mammals, this is another important characteristics. Now coming to the general characteristics of the mammals, these are the primary characteristics of mammals. We have homeothermic nature, presence of hair, sweat glands and sebaceous gland. Then we have mammary glands, diaphragm is present, 3 ear vesicles are present. Then neocortex, which are capable of capable of giving us better intelligence, is present. Then we also have different type of teeth, which are thecodon, and also 2 sets of dentitions are there, or 2 occipital teeth are condyles are present, and finally a lower jaw formed of a single bone. So these are the main characteristics which are part of the mammal. Now today we will stop here. Now in the next class I will be taking you about the different classification of the mammals, and in the classification of the mammals we have to study about the different type of, for example, here you can see that there are 3 subclasses are there. One is Prototherium, Metatheria and Eutheria. These are 3 different subclasses in mammal, and about which we will be discussing in because that will take some time. Okay, so today we will stop here, and I will